Hey guys, welcome to our Tavern Tales. My name is Drogos, and I am joined right here on this side by Severin. Say hello, Severin.
Hello. Hello, I'm Severin, your favorite Tempest cleric ever.
Guys, we had such a fun. We'll say fun. We had an interesting episode this time.
I had a
Um,
blast.
well, yes, Severin spent most of his time in a certain state. Severin, you want to tell us about the state that you were in and kind of what
And
you what
I,
what were you why?
I don't understand why everyone had issues with this state, as you put it, because I was just simply, partaking in one of the many blessings of being one of the primordial followers. Now that I'm not bogged down by Kellamvor, sorry, and his rules. The primordials, they're just about, living life wild and free and so I had a little bit of the wild grass and it was
Wild
great.
and free is an understatement. I will say it is good to have Severin not this sad brooding mess that we first saw him in, but
I don't know
man,
her.
Severin, what do you why?
I think at some point I learned, sorry, not the royal we, not anymore. Um, Severin was brought up in a household that didn't really value joy in a traditional sense. It was about duty and honor to serving Kellamvor and our parents. But as you know, my father is, um, well, a bit evil, and mother is dead, as far as I know. I don't know. Shit happens in D&D. Um, Most of my siblings are gone. I just have Astera, who we meet later on in the Tavern Tale, or in the campaign, this episode, last episide. Time's a miss when you're
We
on
met
the
her
wild
before.
grass.
We do spoiler alert, we do see her later again in this episode as well.
We do. Sorry, spoilers. I don't know what those are. Um, but yeah, Severin I was raised under a household that was quite strict, and so and a part of that connection was to Kellamvor, and since I'm not bound by Kellamvor anymore, and I'm a servant of the Primordials, it's quite freeing. Yeah. So, and Wildgrass, why not, right? I mean, they all imbibe the dragon's piss. Why can't I have a little bit of the wild grass?
We like to partake in the dragon's piss, so it's it is good to see Severin kind of find his vice.
Yeah,
All in
natural.
all, we started this episode, or well, we left off last episode with this giant noise coming through the jungle, jungle, woods, forest, kind of all the same thing. And it turns out what
Yeah,
it is. It was a giant ape. It was Denki King, the
danky.
master of all of these apes, um,
No
and
copyright infringement.
not copyrighted infringement. Nope, Denki King. Look it up. There's
Okay.
no Denki King anywhere. But we kind of we fought this monster, and this little monster too. This little ape that kind of came out of nowhere, came sprinting across the
Yeah.
field and started randomly climbing up Denki King. It was kind of strange, and Drogos went after it a little bit later. Um,
Mhm. It was
but
the worst. The little one was the worst. I mean, the big one was quite terrible as well, but we took care of it. I mean, quite specifically, I mean, everyone did help, but Severin, the Tempest Cleric, did manage to get the killing blow and some pretty significant blows on the creature as well. So, I mean,
you
not to
did
toot my own horn,
not only did you get a big blow on it, you blew its head up. Like
I mean,
its head exploded, just magically exploded out of
yeah,
nowhere.
if you've not heard of what a pinata is, we talk about that during the fight. So look out for pinatas.
So is that part of the wild grass makes you make things explode? Is that how that works?
There are explosions at times. Yeah, yeah, often.
Yeah. So Drogos was really just excited for what ended up coming out of that monkey, though. as we all know, I've been having feelings about myself and how I can contribute. I unfortunately am one of the weaker of all of our companions, and Drugos has got a little self conscious. So he was lucky enough to find these magical gauntlets that
Mm.
fit on his hand just right. That he felt this like steroid like rage flowing through his body, like he had all the power in the world. It was
Not
kind of
unlike
it was a
China.
freeing feeling.
Exactly. Yes, I can imagine. Actually, no, I can't imagine what it's like to be weak. But I'm 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 excited for your journey. Proud of you. Very excited for you.
I'm excited for the next time that we go against something like the god that kills Clavicus, because Drogos is still reeling for the fact that uh, he was so weak and so unfortunate that he really couldn't help in that fight, and it cost us one of our companions. So
Yeah, that
hopefully
fight was just so traumatizing. It's almost like I wasn't there. I just I blanked it out of my memory.
it was probably the wild grass. You smoke
Yeah,
enough of
yeah.
that, you kind of forget what's going on.
I have. It's interesting. Our new compatriot Lennox. We talked about the wild grass and its usage, and although he's just quite a large house cat, it seems that he's a bit wise, and he
He is a
advised
wise
me that
kitty.
yeah, yeah, like Mufasa, and so he advised me that perhaps I've been relying too much on the wild grass because of Clavicus's death, and so perhaps I should cut back on the wild grass usage. So, and perhaps I was using the wild grass to numb my feelings, as you will, and you know. Uh, so yeah, so we had that talk, and I'm going to be a bit better about my wild grass usage, but I have it under control. It's fine. And then I believe Lennox also spoke with Carter about his, Carter being Carter and
Yeah,
all.
they did go off into the woods. I'm not really sure kind of what happened there. Um, Something about communing with the Fae is what they were talking about, or making a fire. I know the last time Carter went out there, he did get attacked, and
Mm.
it did not go so well. So hopefully, Lennox didn't attack him as well. And there's not
It would be deserved, I'm sure.
it. Carter's really struggling. He is. He's really struggling. I think we need to be there for him. I know Lennox
Mm.
is already there for him, but I think we need to be there for him as well.
I think it's great for you to be there for him, of course. Yes.
And you're just going to smoke your wild grass and
I
kind of
so I'm
kind of
not
hang
going to grow
around.
my wild grass anymore, but I think it's important for the group to look forward to the future, to remember our past in Clavicus, but also look forward to the future.
And that's how we ended the episode. We had after we had already gone back to Hod Shield, we talked to Aaron Thor and kind of told him about everything that happened. We had a big celebration. We
Mm.
played a great song, which if you didn't hear, it's actually at the beginning of this Tavern Tales episode as well. So definitely give it a listen. It's a beautiful, beautiful song for our dear Clavicus, who we definitely miss. Even though we kind of have replaced him with this new giant kitty, who
It's
I really
basically
love.
DB.
It
Actually, we
is.
don't know
It
where
is.
DB is.
We don't. I mean, it's possible that this giant cat is actually DB, who somehow became a big cat. I don't know.
I
Is
don't
that how
know.
cats work? I still haven't
Uh,
figured out how that works, but
it's
I'm
witchcraft.
learning, guys. I'm learning.
Mm-hmm. And either way, I suppose he's welcome. But we ended our journey, our last journey in the tavern, or not in the tavern, but in the hall of the Paladin Guild. My sister was there with her new friends. She's been acting like she doesn't know me, which I think
Yeah,
is
you made
quite
quite a
nice.
commotion, yelling at her.
What?
I think she tried to hide.
We adopted her. She should be grateful that House Soul took her in. But anyways,
She's having a good time with her new friends in her rightful home with my people.
Anyways, yes. So we all raised a glass to our friend Clavicus, and that is about it. Is it not?
To Clavicus.
To Clavicus.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
All through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading, soldiering on in sorrow and fun? And this is Crit Force One.